recording is in progress. We're on lesson 1-1. We're doing lines in the plane. All this stuff we've talked about. So the essential question is, can you find the slope? You probably remember this from Algebra 1, right? Can you write equations of lines? Can you sketch the graphs of lines? And can you determine parallel and perpendicular slopes? Now, let me remind you, all of your notes are in Canvas. You do not have to write this word for word. You do not have to write this word for word. All of your notes are in Canvas. If you want to pull out your Chromebook and pull up Canvas, that is fine. All right, let's start with the goods. Definition of slope. You guys should remember this from Algebra 1. Algebra 2, the change of y over the change of x, where you're given 2 points. All of you probably remember this, right? All right, so if I look at example 1a, what do I have to do here? Give me the numbers that I'm going to put on the top of the vinculum. Yeah, go ahead.
8 and 6.
8 minus 6. This is y sub 2 minus y sub 1. Very good. On the bottom, we're going to have the x sub 2. So remember, if you start with this one, you want to continue with starting with that one. So now I'm going to do 2 minus a negative 5. So 8 minus 6 is?
2.
Nice. 2 plus 5 is? Slope is? 2 over 7. Very good. Let's go ahead and look at the next one. On the top of the vinculum, I'm going to have negative 2 minus 5. On the bottom of the vinculum, notice I'm starting here. I have 4 minus 4. So what's happening with this question? I get 0 on the denominator, right? Okay, so we end up getting, I believe this is negative 7 over 0. And I have a little question here. Why is this undefined? Anytime 0 is in the denominator, it's going to be undefined. Just make sure you know that, because the slope in this case is undefined. Is that going to be a horizontal or a vertical line? A vertical line. Very good. So what do you guys think the next one's going to be? Horizontal. You are so smart. So to set this one up, I'm going to do change of y, negative 3 minus a negative 3 over change of x. I have 4 minus 0. And negative 3 minus a negative 3 is 0 over 4. And notice this slope is going to be 0. Is that going to be a vertical or horizontal line? Horizontal. Very good. Let's go ahead and look at these. You do not have to write these down. Again, all notes are in your Canvas. The first thing, we read from left to right, so if it's going up a mountain, that's going to be a positive slope. So just looking at a line, you know what kind of slope you have. If you're skiing down the hill, that's a negative slope. You guys told me 0 slope has a horizontal line, and an undefined slope is up and down. It's like a wall. Questions on that? Have you guys seen this before? All right, point slope form we don't use a ton of, but I'm going to go ahead and show you point slope form. Most of you guys prefer slope intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So point slope form is a little bit different, but it's easy to use for some of these questions. So I'm just going to show it to you. If you want to continue to use y equals mx plus b, that's fine. Y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. So notice we're preparing to start writing those equations of lines. Most Algebra 1 students do not love this. Most Algebra 2 students do not love this. That is okay. We're going to get through it together. All right, let's look at the first question. It says, find the equation of a line that passes through 1 and negative 3 and has a slope of 4. So set up that equation that we just talked about. Y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. So notice this point is my x sub 1, y sub 1. The reason being is because I actually need this y and this x to actually be an x and a y. And my slope, in this case, is 4. So where will I put that slope? At what letter?
M.
Beautiful. What will I put in for the y sub 1?
-3.
-3. What will I put in for the x sub 1? 1. So notice what happens here. Well, I know that y minus a -3 is going to be y plus 3. And I can just distribute. Do that for me, Leah. 4x minus 4. Now, would we keep it like that? It doesn't really tell us, so sometimes it will show you like in multiple choice to do it like this. But let's go ahead and put it in that y equals mx plus b form. Did you have a question? Okay, so let's go ahead and put it in that y equals mx plus b. What will I do with that 3? Good, we're just going to subtract that guy over, and we get y equals 4x minus 7. Okay, so this is y equals mx plus b form, which is called slope-intercept form. If they ask you specifically to keep it in that point-slope form, we would keep it like this in green. Some people just show it just like that. Cool? How many people have done this before? Awesome. What about this one? What if I'm just given 2 points? Huh? Yeah, we have to find the slope. So let's go ahead and take some time to find the slope first. All right, so let's go ahead and get through this. We have 5 minus a -3, is that correct? And 2 minus 1. So did you guys get 8 over 1 for your slope? And we could simplify that to be 8, right? Do you think it matters if I use the first point or the second point to put it in?
No.
It doesn't at all. So I'm just going to show that second point. I'm just doing what's convenient for my screen. All right, so I'm going to do y minus y sub 1, which in this case is 5, is equal to the slope times, what was the x? I just erased it. X minus 2. I didn't erase it. All right, from here, distribute for me, Calvin.
8x minus 16.
Nice. 8x minus 16, and add the 5 over for me, please.
Y equals 8x minus 11.
Minus 11. Good. Questions on that? Easy, hard? Not so bad? Y'all are already asleep, huh? Ooh, what do I do here? Again, sometimes you just want your notes pulled up on Canvas. You can have your Chromebooks out and ready to rock and roll. By the way, if you are carrying around that big PreCalc, read this for me, please, nice and loud. Kate.
The net sales of a car manufacturer were $14.61 billion in 2005 and $15.78 billion in 2006. Write a linear equation giving the net sales y in terms of x, where x is the number of years since 2000.
Okay, so notice that they're giving us 2 points. They're saying, hey, we're going to let x equals 0 represent the year 2000. So even if you can't see my chicken scratch, this is saying that the number 6 is going to be like 2006, where the sales were $15.78 billion. And the next one is in 2005. So we're just using 6 and 5 instead of 2005 and 2006. Does that make sense? So notice the first thing we have to do is find the slope. Do y'all think you could find the slope using the information given? Good, do it. All right, let's set this up. We're going to go ahead and subtract the y's. Did you guys take 15.78 minus 14.61, or did you do y sub 2 minus y sub 1? Okay, so you were really obedient to the rule. That's good. I totally just used it backwards. Remember, I'm just kind of proving a point. If you start here, guess where I have to start again? There. So notice my x sub 2, I'm not really using this. Because I started over here, I'm going to use 6 minus 5. What was your answer here?
1.17.
1.17. Is that what y'all got? Yay or nay? Okay, from here, I'm going to choose a point again, and we're going to plug it in. There's my point. Did you guys choose the first or the second point? Or I just told you to find the slope, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, okay, so now let's go ahead and plug it in. Okay, so let's go ahead and use that formula. We're going to use y minus, in this case the y is what, guys? 14.61. is equal to my slope, which is 1.17, times x minus 5. Hey, get out the TI-84 calculator, and I'm going to let you guys start calculating this stuff for me. All right, so we are just going to subtract. I have y minus 14.61 is equal to 1.17x minus, what is 1.17 times 5, everyone? 5.85. And to bring this 14 over, what am I going to do? Add 14.61. Sorry, I'm in my little notebook area. So the answer is y equals 1.17x plus, what'd you guys get there? 8.76. Now, we have a question to answer. It says, write a linear equation giving the net sales y in terms of x. Did we do that? Yes or no? Did we do that? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, the linear equation is this. We are going to put that in our